Hello and welcome to the 8th part of my Kerbal Space program series. Now let's build a plan in order to rescue the Kerbals. The biggest problem that I had was a small selection of engines, and what also wasn't that nice was the passenger door because of the wings. And as you might can see, my rudder was not really on point, but the thing was I didn't think that I could land. So yeah, I needed to stick with it, and it's worked. I was kind of surprised, but I was happy. And I'm sorry about the engine sound, because it was really annoying. I needed like 20 to 30 minutes for the rescue mission, and it was really not good. So I will tune the sound of the video a bit down so you guys don't hear it that much. And here I'm setting the target via the waypoint manager so I can fly to it. The first big obstacle was the mountain range at the Kerbal Space Center, and I couldn't fly over it because my engines were too scrappy. That's why I flew around it and I found a pretty good way to do it. So that was good. And as you see here, we are approaching the command pod with the Kerbals, and yeah, you will see how I will land.
$50, $40, $30, $20, $10.
Okay, the landing was successful. We only lost our two fins at the middle of the craft, and we also lost two engines, the ones on the backside. I'm using just a little thrust of my engine to get to the commander pod, and I deploy the tail fins in order to stop the vessel. But as you can see, we just crashed into the commander pod, but luckily our engines have reverse thrust. Let's open the passenger door, disable the engines, and rescue the Kerbals. And as you can see, I kinda had problems to get my Kerbals in because of the wings, but I found a solution. And since we now officially get to the Kerbals, we can rescue the vessel and get the rewards. And we got a bit over 500 science, which is really good, and that's basically the whole tech tree for now, at least on level 1. But we still need to save the Kerbals, and this was by far the more challenging factor in this mission. and it is impossible for me to start in the water because our engines are halfway in the water. So we first need to move to land in order to start from there. And what you see here is what I'm doing for about 5 to 10 minutes, so I will just skip that for you. Now that we are here, our first task is to land on the shore. And since we successfully landed, I was looking for a place to start. And this is my first attempt. I was actually looking for 10 to 20 minutes for a way to get out of there because of the uneven ground. And I think I found a kinda good solution, you will see. As you saw and heard, our plane is missing some parts, but it actually worked out. I will just speed it a bit forward. And I'm sure you got what I'm doing here. I'm pulling down in order to gain speed, while when I'm pulling up, I try to maintain a nice velocity pitch angle in order to more or less slide as much as I can, and then I'm pulling down again in order to gain speed, and then I'm pulling up again. And that's what I did for about 20 minutes. Right here I wanted to get rid of some fuel in order to glide better, but in the end it was the false decision. I should have just put the fuel in my wings, but I couldn't change it, so I needed to live with it. I'm going to cut out most of the flight because it's pretty lame, nothing really happened, and I see you guys in front of the Kerbal Space Center. I am about 50 kilometers away from the Kerbal Space Center, and I got 1300 meters per second left. That's why I said the decision to let go of the fuel wasn't the best, because it was then that I knew I wouldn't reach the Kerbal Space Center, so I made the best out of it. and as you might can tell, the landing won't be the best. I was worried, but I made it this far, so I hoped.
50, 40, 30, 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
The end was a really close call, but we made it. Kinda in one piece. And here you can see that we even got more science. I was surprised. I think it comes from milestones, or our Kerbals had some experiments with them, but yeah, we made it. And now let's get rid of the science, or use the science. We are gonna take everything we can, and that basically means that our next mission will probably be landing on the moon, but I'm not too sure yet. I hope you liked this episode, and I see you guys next time.